Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 5090 in Hell Is Us demo. It's still in early access as well, so things can change, but this game is probably hell on earth, because if we go to the Steam page, it asks for an RTX 4090 for Ultra 4K 30 FPS average, always using upscaling. So that is pretty insane. Okay. They also posted this after a lot of people talked about the system requirements of this game. So it's a closer look at older settings and 4K performance. And they say that, yeah, the 4090 can actually get more than 30 FPS, but it doesn't consistently reach 60 FPS. And that's why it's in the requirements there. And they focused a lot in visual fidelity. And that's why the Ultra preset is so intensive. But let's move on with the rest of the system specs. I am running it with the latest Nvidia drivers. This is also the Founders Edition model of the card. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups, GPU-Z, and over on the left I'm pairing it with a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D and 32GB of DDR5 6000 megatransfers per second RAM in dual channel CL30. Let's get into it and see just how good this looks, if they are actually pushing the envelope when it comes to the settings here and visuals, or if it's just another UE5 unoptimized mess. Okay, here we go. So we're starting at 4K resolution using the Ultra preset, which, as they said in that article previously, it has 10% upscaling or 90% 3D resolution. So this is not even native 4K resolution, guys, but all right, let's go with that. I'm gonna enable reflex here because that usually helps a little bit with lower FPS, especially in terms of input lag. And then we got the upscalers right here: DLSS, XeSS, FSR3, frame generation from FSR, frame generation from XeSS, as well as frame generation from DLSS. I'm gonna be using these two, of course. And yeah, let's just play the demo then. Oh, it's just crashed now. Okay, amazing. Can I even click? Okay, there we go. There we go. Send and close. Yes, I want to help them. Oh, hello there. You have quite the double chin, my friend. Or triple chin. Or quadruple. I don't even know.
How did you get into Haiti?
Okay. It seems this is actually rendered in-game. By the way, these cutscenes, they are capped to 30 frames per second, unfortunately. But the GPU power usage is really high, as you can see, and it peaks at around 450 watts in cutscenes. So that's pretty crazy. Oh, it crashed again. It seems like every time I try to skip the cutscenes, it crashes. So don't skip the cutscenes in the demo, I guess. I'm thinking we found Bob already. Right at the beginning of the video. Hell is indeed this guy over here. Oh, finally we're playing the game. Okay, alright, here we are, guys. It actually looks really good right now, but instantly, what is this pushing the graphics all the way up to the maximum for like super beautiful visuals, and right away we get insane popping on the shadows? Seriously? Oh my gosh, okay. Anyway, if it runs smoothly, at least, I'm not gonna be too... I'm already really mad already. It doesn't look all that impressive to warrant these insane requirements, honestly speaking. I mean, the water does look really nice right now, and the water ripples as well. I like that. Observe. What is this? Okay, unknown language, alright. Can I go back there? Is there like a hidden chamber inside of a waterfall? I don't know, probably not. Anyway, yeah, the water looks nice. The vegetation doesn't look nice. Look at that. Really close to the vegetation right now. We can see that it doesn't have a texture almost. Like, what the heck is that? Seriously. And remember, guys, this is with 90% resolution scale. And it's the Ultra preset this way. And it's dropping into the 50s. Wow. Alright. GPU power usage is really high as usual. This is a 5090 after all. Super power hungry GPU. We got some motion blur, which I don't really like, but you know, I have everything set to the complete maximum at the moment. Should we manual save there? Maybe, in case the game crashes in just a little bit. Alright, just click E and that's it. Nice. No need to go into menus or anything. So this is supposedly a single-player open-world title, action adventure game, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of speaks to me. You know, I like single player open world titles, and especially for benchmarking and so on. We can go everywhere, explore the world and all of that. But since it's UE5, it's just gonna run like crap basically. Thankfully though, the 1% lows are really stable. It's not stuttering at all, and that's a very big surprise to me, guys. Alright, anyway, can I get out of here? Open this, please. Yes, there we go. Alright, toggle info. No relevant items. Okay, so I gotta get the key from somewhere. Where's the open world? I want the open world. But yeah, this is very concerning once again. Yes, I get that the developers are trying to push the graphics to the limits of UE5 and so on, but we've seen better graphics with better performance in the past. This is a $2,000, $3,000 GPU. It's crazy expensive, crazy powerful as well. And I feel like Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2017, it looks maybe not better than this, but it's damn near. Okay. Optimization once again is as expected from a UE5 title, unfortunately. I think Hellblade looked better than this. It also was getting really low FPS on high-end specs. I didn't really test like the 4090 or 5090 in that, but that game at least was pretty impressive, and it wowed me in terms of its graphical fidelity. Maybe this will wow me as well in some different scenes, but at the moment, yeah, I guess it has lumen and so on, and it looks nice in terms of lighting and some reflections as well, and that water. But here, I'm stuck. Oh, wait, what? No way. I'm stuck. I can't get out of here. Well, I'll need to reload the previous save, apparently. Okay, we're back here. Inside, the FPS went up to like 70 frames, but outside, once again, we're getting like down into the 50s and high 40s at 4K Ultra. The thing is, you can use DLSS, of course, and I think DLSS on quality will look quite good, so I would just use that for a much smoother experience, maybe with some frame generation as well, and then it's going to be great in terms of FPS and the experience itself. But it's still a shame how badly optimized these games are, or how intensive these technologies like Lumen, Nanite, Ray Tracing are, and developers just keep using them and keep using them. It's easier to implement than baked lighting, of course. It's a lot less work as well, but the optimization suffers with that. It's very unfortunate. I don't like to see this. But anyway, let's go ahead and try some DLSS at the moment, because this is not good for me. Let's try... Oh boy, I thought it was going to crash there. Let's try quality DLSS. There's an ultra quality mode as well. Interesting. Offers higher image quality than balanced mode, it says. Offers both optimized performance and image quality. Offers higher performance boost than balanced. Okay, and ultra performance, the highest performance boost recommended for 8K. Interesting. I usually use quality, you know, because it's virtually indistinguishable from native 4K resolution in the vast majority of titles. And here, you can see we went from like 40s, the upper 40s, and 50s into 80s and 90s. So it's a much more stable and enjoyable experience at the moment. I would definitely just enable the DLSS and call it a day. In terms of the noise, since we're not using TSR anymore, it actually fixes most of it around the character legs. It still has a little bit of noise, and it's still a little bit visually annoying because of it, but it's nowhere near as obnoxious as it was with TSR for sure. So I think this looks better right now than native resolution with TSR enabled. Just because of that. These rock textures are pretty detailed. I like that. What about these over here? Yeah, not too bad, but again, like, it's nothing groundbreaking to warrant the performance. I was thinking this was going to be a great open world experience, and I'm here walking around trying to discover things. Oh, this guy's alive, actually. I thought it was dead. Okay, who are you? Okay, so we gotta get a key from inside here. Oh, we got a compass. Interesting. It doesn't tell us anything, though. Let's go. We found something here. Medkit. Good. Gather this as well. Whatever. I'm really surprised that it doesn't stutter, though. Like, we've been to, like, 3 different areas already, and it hasn't stuttered even in between. Well, let's go back down there and help the guy now that we have a med kit. And also, I guess we should try a little bit of frame generation. No! It must be restarted for us to enable FG. Oh. Okay, it can only be changed in the main menu, but I don't want to restart the game and go to the previous manual save, you know? Maybe we can save the game after we help the guy. Anyway, now we can slot that over here. Yes. There it is. And now we have this. Some pickaxes. What's the combination? Okay, so the first one is that symbol, then that symbol, and then probably the other one. Let's go. That symbol, and the pickaxe. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. That smoke effect coming from the rocks there was actually really good. Nice looking. Okay. Hi, dude. Can you give me the med kit back, please? I will probably need it. No? Okay. Let's go inside then. Oh boy, this is way too dark. Alright, first stutter. Interesting. Outside of the stutters that I got while we were in the cutscene, by the way, because the cutscene was really jittery, and I was wondering if the gameplay itself would be as jittery as well. But no, it's much better, as you can see. That's really surprising, once again. That's something that I expected from a badly optimized game. Once again, everybody's saying that it's terribly optimized and so on. And I really thought it was going to be a stutter fest, but it's just really, really demanding for no good reason. But it's really, really demanding, not stuttery. So at least that. Alright, so we manually saved there, so I'm back to the main menu now to change the frame generation. I don't... Wait. Oh, you can either turn it on or off. Okay, so I thought there was like a 2x and a 4x frame generation mode. But no, it's only on or off, so probably just 2x mode. Whew, it's getting very cozy, my friends, inside of this room. It's really, really hot. I'm gonna be sweating in just a little bit. Okay, we're back here. Is the frame gen actually enabled? Hello? Yes, DLSS frame generation is on, but we're getting the same FPS, right? What the hell? What? I don't think FG is working, guys. I'm pretty sure FG isn't or if it is, it's a really bad implementation of frame generation, but over here it actually dropped into the 60s and the 50s there, and I can see that it's a little bit more jittery, so FG is not working. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of a shame. Let's turn it off again. Alright, I turned off the frame generation, restarted the game completely as well, and it's exactly the same FPS. So the frame gen is definitely not working here. Still drops to like 50s around here. Yep. Dropping into the 50s at 4K ultra settings on a 5090 with DLSS quality is really concerning, though. I wonder how much it will drop to if I disable DLSS quality here. So let's use DLAA, actually. Haven't tried that. Is it the same? Did it apply? Hello? Are you applying anything at all? Turn this off. 100% resolution scale now. Alright, so this is definitely a little bit more intensive, but the DLSS quality didn't give us as many FPS as I thought it would. Yeah, over here, 56. Let's stand right here. 59 frames per second, 100% resolution scale with TSR. Alright. And now let's enable that DLSS on quality. 100 FPS. Wait. Was DLSS not working down here the entire time? What the hell, dude? This is so weird. Okay, so DLSS wasn't working the entire time down here. It was working outside because we went from 60 FPS to 90 and 100 FPS and 80. And the fact that I couldn't tell the difference in terms of visual fidelity between native res and DLSS quality tells you a lot, guys. Okay. It means that you should probably utilize DLSS quality once again, because then your FPS are going to be really good, as you can see. Pretty smooth experience. Dead people everywhere. I'm really scared of skipping the cutscene. Okay, it didn't crash this time around. Finally, a little bit of combat. What the hell are you, dude? Alright, gather that. Okay. That door is glowing, so I guess we need to go here. Alright, yeah. There are more bastards. Come on! Come on! Alright, alright. Very easy to kill them, so that's nice. I'm also playing on the easiest difficulty, if you're wondering, as usual. Open this door. Hello there. I'm not sure if you can show that ass on YouTube, by the way. Probably, yeah, you can. I guess. Please don't demonetize YouTube. Alright, anyway. What is this? Finally, sinners will fall into the fires of hell. Okay, so this probably has something to do with the code. This, right here. So the last one is likely going to be the fires of hell. The first one is the tower, or the sinners. So the sinners are brought to the tower. They climb the twin-headed serpent. Okay, tower, serpent, and then fire. Tower, serpent, fire. That's it. Alright, we did it. Here we go. I want to get outside again, because it was a little bit more intensive. Get out. Alright. My gosh, I'm getting really hot inside of here right now with this 5090. It's consuming so much power. I'm sweating bullets at them. Not bullets, because they don't really shoot anything. But yeah, I'm sweating ghosts. Come on, bro. Stop, stop, stop. There we go. Grab the things as well. Finally, we're outside again. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay. So, this is more intensive outside, obviously, as I told you. It makes sense in pretty much all of the games. Open areas are a little bit more intensive than closed-off spaces. And can I just get up there, please? Like, grab the ledge and go up? No, not really. I gotta go around this thing, okay. The shadows look really good, by the way. Look at that. Even my cape is well shadowed. He's casting a shadow properly, you know, an accurate shadow as well. Ooh. Ooh, this one explodes. Alrighty. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, now that we're finally outside, we can probably change things a little bit, I guess. Let's try 1440p resolution on ultra settings still with DLAA. And this is it. 1440p resolution getting us around 90 to 100 FPS. Really similar to what we saw with the DLSS quality at 4K resolution and ultra settings. Ooh, that's an ugly fellow over there. Did you kill my friend? Please don't say you killed my friend. Please don't. You killed my friend. I liked him. I liked talking to him. He said stuff like, thank you for a medkit. Oh, he's dead now. So at 1440p resolution, you can run native res. I feel like this GPU should be getting 200 FPS with these graphics at 1440p resolution, honestly. Not 80 to 90 or 80 to 100 FPS. Very disappointed with these results once again, but I kind of knew what to expect already since the requirements asked for a 4090 for ultra settings. Anyway, there's another bastard over there, exploding one. Alright. Hello there. Stop that. My gosh, that is weird. Alright, thank you for the things. Tons of them coming towards us. You know what? I might just ignore them from now on. I forgot to count our FPS at 1440p, guys. I'm sorry, but again, it's like 80 plus all of the time. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore them and keep on going. Moving in another direction. Goodbye. What are they doing? Look at it. What is that? Are they fighting each other or something? Are they stuck in there? Is that an invisible wall? Maybe. Maybe. Keep on moving. Let's go. So at 1440p resolution, you get the idea. You don't really need the upscaler here. No need to use DLSS on quality. What should I do here? Maybe I need to kill these guys before we move on. But what about like 1080p? Let's see if that can reach 144 frames per second. That would be nice. Starting with 120s here. Yeah, a little bit smoother of an experience. I can notice that. Dude, stop. Stop. Can you move faster, please, towards the enemy? Don't stop there. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's one of them games that I really suck at. It looks beautiful right now, though, with this lighting and these effects. Not gonna lie. And it's not the softest thing that I have seen at 1080p resolution, so that's not terrible as well, you know? I thought being a UE5 title, it would be a little bit softer than it actually is. Yep, 120 plus FPS is probably what you can expect here. Come on. Nope. No. I'm rolling. I am rolling so you can hit me. No, he can hit me, actually. All right. Come on. Just shoot. Yeah, there we go. We got the bastard. Now there are like 5 of them around here, yes? Yep. They're still there, just chilling. Okay, I'm 1 HP. Hello. Can I dance with you? Oh, look at that. Nice dance, people. Look at him. So synchronized as well. How cute. Anyway, let's stop it there. I want to take a look at 4K high settings next. Alright, just to see how much of a difference there is in terms of visuals and in terms of performance as well. Okay, here we go, guys. It's much more stable, as you can see. This is high settings. I restarted the game completely to apply this, okay? So it's high preset with the DLAA stuff here, so it's still 100% resolution scale, and it is getting 80 FPS. That's quite nice. I can see a lot of popping again. Like now the grass pops in 3 or 5 meters away from you, maybe? It's really bad. It's way worse than I expected. Oh man. Texture quality wise, things are a little bit lower quality. It also consumes a lot less VRAM as well, at 8.5 gigabytes allocated, or 8.7 sometimes. And actual usage is just under 7 gigs. So I guess an 8 gigabyte card or like a 10 gigabyte 3080 would be capable of playing this game at the 4K resolution DLAA with the high settings. Although that's only in terms of VRAM. In terms of actual performance, you'll need to utilize DLSS regardless. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty intensive on a 3080. Still is pretty intensive on oh, of course, I was 1 HP. Still is really intensive on a 5090, obviously. This is a 5090. It should be getting these FPS at 4K max settings with Lumen ray tracing maxed out completely, you know, not 50s and 60s at max settings. That's ridiculous. At least they give you a lot more options for the graphics, you know. From ultra settings to high settings, you gain like 20 to 30 frames per second, which is a lot. So I'll give it a little bit of a pass. It could look a lot better though, and I thought it was going to look a lot better after reading what they said about pushing the graphics to the maximum and so on ultra settings. High settings still similar to ultra, despite the little bit of pop in here and there with the grass, and yeah, the lighting is not as good, of course, but you still got some really decent looking shadows and real-time shadows as well. And whenever they get frame generation working, it's gonna be even better, because you can use like high settings with FG 2 times and achieve like 130 FPS or something like that. And then it's going to be a true high refresh rate experience, and it's still going to look good. Obviously, again, the main issue with these games, especially the ones that don't stutter like this one, is the fact that they don't look as good as they should for the performance they get. Graphics performance ratio is pretty meh. Yeah, this is still with native res once again, not even utilizing the default preset, which uses TSR instead of DLAA. So if we disable the DLSS over here, super resolution, and use the default for the high settings, which is 70%, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. It says default 70%, but if we use that, we get even higher FPS, obviously, because it's 70% resolution scale. But it's way softer, way noisier. It's getting closer to the 1440p visual experience, you know, and I don't like that at 4K res. I would much rather, once again, play at the DLSS or DLAA here at high settings, or DLSS quality on ultra settings. I think DLSS quality ultra settings is what I'd go for, because that was also really stable and it was smooth enough for a single-player title. No problems, in my opinion. And if you want DLSS quality on high settings, this is it. It looks way better than TSR 70% resolution scale, even though DLSS quality is 67% resolution scale, and it performs better at the same time. So I don't see a use for TSR in this game. It's just noisier and uglier and blurrier, and it also gets lower FPS than just using the DLSS super resolution presets. So that's that for this one, guys. I'm glad it doesn't stutter. I'm glad it doesn't consume a lot of VRAM, but I wish it performed better, just like 90% of the games these days. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love you all. Bye-bye.